everyone, my name is Milla and today we're going to be doing the Throne of Glass character tag. You guys might have already seen another Throne of Glass tag, but this one is so unique in that it revolves around all the characters in the Throne of Glass books up through all the new characters that are introduced in Queen of Shadows, which are some of my favorite characters ever, and I am so excited about this tag. If you guys don't know, this tag was created by G Swizzle. She has such an awesome channel. I will link it in the description below. Please go check her out. And she's also a huge fan of the Throne of Glass books, like I am. I mean, like, I got my Eye of Elena here. Every time I film a Throne of Glass video, I have to wear my Eye of Elena or else it just wouldn't be complete, would it? And for those of you guys who are new to my channel, I talk about Throne of Glass every 5 seconds. Like, that's my life. But yes, I'm so excited because Empire of Storms comes out next month on the 6th, and I just recently finished re-listening to Queen of Shadows, and all the feels hit me. It's been like a year since I read the book, so I've forgotten so much that happened, and just re-listening to it, it made me need the book so badly. I need to figure out what's gonna happen, and I have so many predictions for this book. But yes, quick announcement before I get started. With all the excitement that's taking place for Empire of Storms, I created this group called Empire of BookTube along with these lovely people. And basically what Empire of BookTube is, I along with the other hosts are going to be creating Throne of Glass and Empire of Storms and Sarah J Maas related videos all up until the release of Empire of Storms, just to get all pumped up and excited about it. And also we're going to be doing a live show discussion on Empire of Storms. So exciting! And if you'd like to join us in reading Empire of Storms, we actually have a page on Goodreads, which I will link in the description down below. Please check it out if you want to join us. And also we might be filming a live show before the book actually takes place, discussing our predictions and theories together. So exciting! So keep an eye out for that. But yes, enough rambling, let's get into this tag. Number 1 is Selena Sardathian. Name a kick-ass character who had a rough start in life. And for this question, I'm gonna have to pick Ruby from the Darkest Minds trilogy. Ruby goes through a lot in the Darkest Minds trilogy. Even in the very beginning of the story, Ruby has a pretty tough life. She has abilities that she has to deal with that not only pose a threat to herself and the world around her, but also to those closest to her family. And that really takes an impact of her from a young age. Even though she had that rough start, she grows into such a kick-ass character. Question number 2 is Dorian. Name a flirty character you can't help but love. And for this one, I'm going to have to go with Rhys from A Court of Mist and Fury. If you've read A Court of Mist and Fury, you know why. Rhys is a very flirty character from the start to the end of the book, but he's also very lovable and caring, which is something that I really admire about him. Question number 3 is Kale, a good character with a dark and moody side. And for this one, I'm going to have to go with Will Herondale. Will definitely has a dark and moody side to him, but he's also caring and lovable and compassionate. Question number 4 actually has spoilers for Crown of Midnight, so if you guys have not yet read Crown of Midnight, please mute your screen until I put this book down. Trust me, you guys do not want to be spoiled for this book. So come back when it's safe. Question 4 is Princess Nehemia. Name a character that had so much potential but was killed off too quickly. I've been thinking about an answer to this question for a long time now, and I cannot think of anyone other than Nehemia. Honestly, Nehemia's death was just so tragic for me. I cried so much. Her death has impacted Aelin throughout the whole series. Only now at the end of Queen of Shadows is it empowering her to take a stance. And in Air of Fire, in Queen of Shadows, we can just see how much Nehemia's death is tormenting her, as the death of any best friend would. Nehemia could have influenced the series in a greater way, but with this happening, it really pushes Aelin to take a stance and become brave, just like Nehemia told her to be, and fight for her rising kingdom. Question 5 is the King of Adarlan. Who is your favorite villain? And for this one, I'm going to have to go with perhaps the most frightening villain of all times, Sebastian Morgenstern, who, if you didn't know, is in the Mortal Instruments series. But if I'm being more specific, this guy scared the living shit out of me in City of Lost Souls. It's called that for a reason. And for those of you who have read this book, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, we thought Valentine was back. No, Sebastian. And just each time he appeared in this book, I was just like, no, please leave me alone. No, get away. I was reading this book and it scared me so much, like I had a hard time sleeping at night. He's just so creepy and scary and frightening, and I couldn't put this book down, especially the very last scenes in this book. Getting goosebumps just thinking about it. He's creepy and probably the scariest villain that I have ever read. Question 6 is your favorite love interest. How to pick just one. Levi, Wesley, Day, Jim Carstairs, Rhys, Liam, Kale, Rowan, and Simon. So So yeah, those were just a few of my bookish boyfriends, each of them amazing in their own way. Question 7 is Adian. Who is your favorite bookish relative? And for this one, I'm going to have to go with Fred and George Weasley from Harry Potter. Now, I know that Fred and George Weasley aren't related to Harry Potter in any way, but they are related to Ron, and he is one of the primary characters, so it works. Yes, Fred and George are absolutely funny and hilarious. They get into a lot of hilarious situations, and I just love them so much. Question 8 is Manon Blackbeak, your favorite anti-hero. Okay, for this question, I really want to say all of Victoria Schwab's characters because none of them are good and pure at heart, and yet I love them so much. But my favorite one out of all her books so far would have to be Delilah Bard. If you guys have not yet read A Darker Shade of Magic or A Gathering of Shadows, you are missing out. These books are phenomenal, and one of my favorite characters ever is Delilah Bard. Delilah Bard is ruthless and sassy and menacing, and she doesn't care what other people think or what other people say. She will get her way. And that is one of her main character flaws, but that's also what makes her so great and just such a great character to read about. Question 9 is Abraxas. Who is your favorite bookish noble steed or pet? And for this one, I'm going to have to go with Fleetfoot. If you guys don't know, Fleetfoot is actually Selena's dog in the Throne of Glass series, and it's just like the cutest pet ever. And also, I'm having a really hard time thinking of bookish pets. In a lot of the books I read, they don't have pets. Why is that? And I kind of picture Fleetfoot as my dog, and it's just so cute. I really love that part at the end of Queen of Shadows when Fleetfoot was running alongside Evangeline and Lysandra. I just love Fleetfoot so much. Question number 10 is Ashton, a character that is loyal. And for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Day from Legend. The reason why his life is in absolute shambles right now is because he has sacrificed so much for his family and remains loyal to them no matter what, which is why I love him. Question 11 is Lysandra. Name a character that grew on you. And for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Alec Lightwood from the Mortal Instruments series. And I honestly despised Alec so much with every fiber of my being. And somehow I ended up really liking Alec. I'm not sure when it happened, probably in between City of Glass to City of Fallen Angels. But by the end, by City of Heavenly Fire, he was one of my favorite characters of all times. He was so sassy and absolutely hilarious in that book, which is why he's now one of my favorite characters. Yay for character development. Question 12 is Aline. Name a character who remains hopeful even in the worst circumstances. For this one, I'm gonna have to go with Alice Alexis Queensmeadow from Furthermore. So this book starts off where Alice's father has disappeared, and so Alice eventually takes it upon herself to go out and find her father despite the most trying of circumstances, and manages to remain hopeful no matter what. Question number 13 is Aelin. Name a character who has gone through extensive character development. And for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Feyre from the Court of Thorns and Roses series. And let me tell you, Feyre has changed so much. She's nearly a completely different person from when she started out in ACOTAR and where she is now by the end of ACOMAF. And she has changed so much for the better. She has gone through the absolutely worst of times and yet has managed to break through that and become one of the most strong and determined characters that I have ever read about in books. Question number 14 is Fleetfoot. Name a character that remains safe no matter what circumstances are thrown at them. But I thought of one character who remains safe no matter what. No, they do not face life or death circumstances, but a lot of problems in this book series, including one of the main plot points, is their fault, and yet they remain safe no matter what, which is something that really annoyed me, and that is Kitty from To All the Boys I Loved Before and P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. If you guys have read these books, you know what I'm talking about when I say Kitty and the plot point. She's never really in harm's way when it comes to that plot point, and which is something that really annoyed me because I felt like she should have faced things. Yes, I know she's like a young girl and people make mistakes and stuff, but still, Kitty put Lara Jean through so much, and so frustrating. But yes, that was the Throne of Glass character tag. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be tagging these lovely people, and thank you so much G Swizzle for creating this tag and being a part of Empire of BookTube. And if you guys are planning on participating in the Empire of BookTube read along or planning on watching any of the live shows, let me know in the comments down below. Join us. And if you guys aren't already a part of our Goodreads group, again, there will be a link to that in the description box down below. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Milla, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Is this like evil? Deal with it. So much sound. Oh, well, Rindale, where are you, babe? Okay, Princess Nehemia. Oh, this would be a cute thumbnail. Who is my favorite love interest? I can never say her name. Don't make fun of me, okay?